Hi guys, welcome in, welcome in. I am the ArcanaAngel. I'm spirit led and cornbread fed, and today is planting day. So grateful to be here. As you can see, I already have my rows made up. I made them up after we put our potatoes in the ground. So I'm excited to get started. Today we have squash, pinto beans, tomatoes, greens, collard greens, onions, okra, and a little special seed to help us elevate so we can medicate. I'm excited to get started and show you guys the process. Remember, guys, trust the process. And on that note, let's get started. As you can see, guys, I have the squash just like I told you that I would. We'll be planting the squash. We'll be planting these squash about half an inch to an inch in the ground. Just regular squash seeds. You can recognize those if you ever ate a squash. It's the same seed that comes out of it. And we'll be planting these, waiting for a great harvest. Gonna get started. We're gonna plant them about a foot apart, about an inch or so down, and 2 or 3 seeds per hole. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started putting these down, and follow me. Now we're going to plant our pinto beans. As you can see, I have my beans already soaking. And so the dead beans, those are like dead seeds. So I'm going to throw those off to the sides. I soaked them to get them started so they can germinate and already be begun. These are just regular pinto bean seeds, just like at your mother's kitchen. So I'm going to be planting these about a half an inch down, maybe one half to 1 inch down. I'll be using my finger as well for those, and then we'll place those probably about 6 to so inches apart, less than a foot, but I'll be dropping these random. And let's get started. Hi guys, now we're going to be planting our collard greens. These are the famous bunny collard greens. I love bunny plants. They are so nutritious and easy to come up. We'll be planting these. Usually these are planted container deep, so just about 2 or 3 inches deep, and we're loosely covered. And these are so easy. This is just like the potatoes. Once you put them in, you'll have potatoes and greens forever. Remember, we eat off the land does not eat off of us. These, as you can see, have already been grown. We're not starting these from the seedling. So let's begin. I got my trusty little spade. Here we have our bunny tomatoes. It's the hybrid big boy tomatoes. And as you can see, they've already did the hard work for us and got them started. That's the way that's kind of like growing your hair out. It's always that ugly stage. Well, Bunny has did the work, got us through the ugly stage, and now we're ready to be great. We're gonna put these in the ground in as much sunlight as possible. These need like 6 to 8 hours of straight sunlight. Yeah, and we'll plant these almost a foot down. If you know anything about tomatoes, they root deep and they spread wide. We'll also come back when we do the bean poles for the beans. Then we'll also do the caging for the tomatoes. So stay on the lookout for that video. Let's get started. We'll do these about 2 feet apart as well, about a foot deep, 2 feet apart. Here we have our onions, guys. I'm using the onion caps or the onion ends, the roots where I've already cut them and soaked them, just kind of like the pinto beans, to where they can start sprouting and catching root. Even that one, see that little root is already started. So we're going to be planting these just about an inch or two down, finger length, just as we did the pinto beans and the squash from the seeds. But onions don't need a lot of, these will be like the green onions, the scallions. When they come up, you'll see they'll be so tasty. I know it doesn't look like it now, but remember, we eat off the land. The land doesn't eat off of us, and most of this is already in your fridge or on your countertop. So let's begin. Alright guys, now we're about to plant one of my favorite veggies to smoke on the grill, the crimson okra. So we'll start these from the seed, top notch, get the most, not the less. And as you can see, it's probably not what you imagined, but these are the infamous okra seeds, right? And so we'll plant these seeds about 1 inch deep, half an inch to an inch deep, and we'll plant these about every 6 inches, and then we'll sow the rest. I know you guys are probably wondering what did I put in those last rows, but that is my secret garden. Remember, mama gotta have a life too. So make sure that you check back and see the progress. Remember, trust the process. We eat off the land does not eat off of us. So here, guys, we have our jalapeno peppers. Now I am in the front. As you can see, I'm not in the back in the traditional garden, but I like to use these as ornamentals. Even though they're full size, they make a great conversation starter for me. Of course, using bunny plants again, because I love the way that once you put them down, they come up. The hard work is done. They're nutrients. We'll place these about a foot, maybe 18 inches apart, and container deep. And I like I'm the ArcanaAngel, and I hope that you enjoyed planting day this year. Remember, we eat off the land does not eat off of us. Namaste.